Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Vayechi from Shishi to Shvi'i. This week's title is This Place Doesn't Exist. So Yaakov has passed away after 147 years. He had made Yosef swear to him to bring him up for burial to Eretz Yisrael. This is able to overcome Paro's objections from letting Yaakov leave. And as they go up, so it says that they came to Goren Ha'atad. This place doesn't exist. Art Scroll doesn't translate it, but the literal translation is to the granary of the thorns. So Rashi explains that it was called this name because of what happened there. And what happened there was the Canaanim and the Ishmaelim were coming to attack the funeral procession, and when they saw the keser, the crown of Yosef on top of the coffin of Yaakov, they were moved, and they put their crowns onto the coffin. Rashi says there was now 36 crowns hanging from the coffin, and they circled the coffin like a thorn bush, very tightly, so that you couldn't go out. They accompanied them. And we'll get back to this a little bit later. Another explanation, according to the Kli Yakar, Kli Yakar says also something happened miraculously, and it was part of the proof that the famine had stopped after 2 years because of the zechus of Yaakov, and then now that Yaakov passed away, the merit was gone, and the famine was coming back in full force. And the Gemara in Sota, I believe, says that all of a sudden it appeared in front of all these accompaniers that there was a granary, a storehouse, and it was surrounded by thorns, and you couldn't get in to get to the supplies, to get to the food, the produce. And it was at this point that the Risham realized that the whole reason they had food again was the zechus of Yaakov Avinu. And Kotzim could be referring to the Egyptians. It says Vayakutsu mipnei bnei Yisrael and Shemos, that some explanations explains it as Mitzrayim were compared to thorns. They brought so much pain and they despised the Jews. Therefore, since they had caused, their rishus had caused the suffering to return, so they were called like the thorns. And therefore, the pasuk then says Al Kain Hispidu HaMitzrayim Avel Kaved, meaning because of the heaviness of the famine that returned, they regretted it and they were in big mourning. Also, it was for both for Yaakov as well as for the related famine. So that was also from Kli Yakar brought down in Sefer Imrei Baruch Baruch Simon, who also brings down the Medrash, and the Medrash says that so the granary is because you thresh and you crush the things that are coming in for that process. And the Canaanim were deserving to be punished. They should have been stamped on, stamped out. But because of their actions that they did as kavod to Yaakov Avinu, their last chance, they were rewarded, and they were saved. Because what did they do? So there's different explanations. They ungirded their loins, which were ready for battle. They stretched up to the higher height so they could see the procession. They didn't even move their legs or hands, yet they were rewarded that they were not destroyed at this point. Actually, the Yasnayim the Torah says that the Canaanim, if it wasn't for this merit, we would have been ready to destroy them. There's other calculations. Together, this opportunity meant that we actually had to go back into Gullus and finish the full period in Egypt. But it's an important lesson. They did a little thing and they were not destroyed just because they looked or they accompanied with the procession. So we have to remember the Bnei Yisrael, who throughout time, past and today, do so many mitzvahs actively that we do walk, we do take action. We're not just standing still, and we do this chesed. So al achas kama kama, we're going to be rewarded. May we see the rewards of the Mashiach coming. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.